What if that notification showed up every single month and you never had to go to work to make it happen? Most people spend 40 years trading their time for money, and the entire time, a completely different system exists. One where your money makes money every single quarter, whether you get out of bed or not. It's called living off dividends, and today we're going to find out if that's actually possible or if it's just something rich people say to sound interesting at dinner parties. Here's what I'm going to show you: the real number you need in your portfolio, why most people get this strategy completely wrong, and the one mistake that kills dividend retirement plans before they even start. Stay with me because the last one is the one that nobody talks about. First, let's make sure we're on the same page. A dividend is a company paying you just for owning a piece of it. That's it. You buy shares in a company like Johnson & Johnson or Coca-Cola or a real estate investment trust, and every quarter they send you a check, or in 2026, a direct deposit. You didn't do anything, you just own the stock. Now, dividends are usually expressed as a yield, a percentage. So if a stock costs $100 per share and it pays $4 in dividends per year, that's a $4 dividend yield. Easy enough. Here's where it gets interesting. Let's talk about the number you actually need. You say you want to replace a $50,000 a year salary with dividends. How big does your portfolio need to be? This is where people either get excited or walk away. Let's do the math together. If you're earning a 4% average dividend yield, which is realistic with a solid dividend-focused portfolio, and you need $50,000 per year, you divide 50,000 by 0.04, that gets you $1.25 million. I know, that sounds massive, and if you're 24 years old, that number might feel like someone just told you to climb Mount Everest barefoot. But here's the thing, you don't need to build that overnight. You build it compounding over time. Someone investing $500 a month starting at 22 in a mix of dividend growth stocks, reinvesting every payment, by the time they're in their mid-40s, they're having very different conversations about retirement than everybody else. The math works. The question is whether you're patient enough to let it. Here's where the strategy gets sabotaged. And I see this constantly. People discover dividend investing, get excited, and immediately go looking for the highest dividend yield they can find. 8%, 10%, 12% yields. And they think they found a shortcut. Here's what those high yields usually mean. The stock price has been falling, and when a company's share price collapses, the yield looks higher on paper right before they cut the dividend completely. You just lost income and your investment dropped in value. That's called a dividend trap, and it wipes people out. The smarter play isn't chasing yield. It's building a portfolio of companies that have been growing their dividends for 10, 20, 30 years straight. These are called dividend aristocrats, companies that have increased their dividend every single year for at least 25 consecutive years. These aren't exciting stocks. They're not going viral on Reddit, but they are the foundation of portfolios that actually pay people to not work. Boring is the whole point. Let me make this concrete. You're 25, you start investing $400 a month into dividend growth stocks. You reinvest every dividend payment, meaning instead of taking that cash out, you buy more shares. This is called DRIP, Dividend Reinvestment Plan. Every dividend buys more shares. More shares generate more dividends. Those dividends buy even more shares. It's a snowball rolling downhill. Year 1, your dividends are small, maybe $200 for the whole year. It feels pointless. Year 5, you might be collecting $1,800 a year. Year 10, somewhere around $5,000 to $6,000 a year. Year 15, you cross $15,000 a year in dividends. Year 20, you're looking at $30,000 to $35,000 a year just from dividends. At that point, you have the options that most people your age don't have. You can work less. You can change careers without financial panic. You can take 6 months off, or you can keep compounding. That's the real freedom dividend investing offers. Not necessarily never working again at 30, but building an income floor underneath your life so that you're never trapped. Let me be straight with you because some channels won't be. Dividend investing alone, starting from zero, is a long game. We're talking 15 to 25 years for most people to reach full income replacement. And there are a few things that can slow you down. Taxes. Dividends are taxable events. Unless you're holding in a Roth IRA or tax-advantaged account, Holding dividend stocks in a Roth IRA means those dividends grow completely tax-free. That's the move. Inflation. A $4,000 monthly income in 20 years won't buy what $4,000 buys today, which is exactly why you want dividend growth stocks. Companies that raise their payouts every year, which helps you stay ahead of inflation. And concentration risk. Putting everything in one or two dividend stocks is dangerous. You want diversification across sectors: healthcare, consumer staples, real estate, utilities, financials. Think of it like building a team. You don't want 11 quarterbacks. You want different positions working together. So, what do you actually do if you want to start building this? Step 1. Open a Roth IRA if you haven't. It's the most powerful account for long-term dividend investing because your gains or income are tax-free. Step 2. Look at funds before individual stocks. ETFs like SCHD, VYM, or HDV give you instant diversification across dozens of quality dividend payers. Low cost, low maintenance. Step 3. Turn on drip. Reinvest every dividend automatically. Don't touch it. Step 4. Be consistent. $200 a month beats $2,000 twice a year. Consistency is the whole engine. And step 5. Be patient. This strategy doesn't go viral. It just quietly works. So, is retiring off dividend payments possible? Yes. Genuinely, yes. But not because it's a hack or a shortcut, because it's a system. A slow, boring, powerful system that rewards people that are disciplined enough to stick with it. The people who start at 25 instead of 45. The people who reinvest instead of spend. The people who buy Coca-Cola while everyone else is chasing whatever's trending this week. That notification, $4,127 deposited, isn't magic. It's math. And math doesn't care how old you are or where you started. It just cares that you started. If you want to go deeper on building a dividend portfolio from scratch, the specific stocks, the account setup, the exact order to do things, that video is right here.